Oh, right. We're not talking about
Yes.
babies.
No, we're talking about video game covers.
Video game. I never know what to call them for the internet world. Covers or box art. Everyone
Box
loves the
art
term
covers.
box art, don't they?
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean, it is the art of the box to
Yeah.
become it.
I feel like that's always like an Americanized term. Box art. We've always just said covers.
The covers. Yeah.
It's a nice album cover, that.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's a nice game cover.
Yeah.
That's cool. But
Do I need my thing?
it was. See the idea when you're like, let's do box art covers. In my head, I'm like, I fucking know.
We'll know them all.
It's going to be amazing. I'm going to have my list done in seconds. And I literally sat down with pen and paper and I'm like,
Did you do what I had to do?
did you Google best box art covers?
Yeah. Yeah. But I've obviously not copied them because I think most of what people consider good box art are crap. Some of them are utter tosh.
Ooh.
I don't think most of mine are on any best.
Okay.
Some will be. Some are.
I like I messaged you earlier. I reckon we might have one or two.
Oh, I didn't. Hold on. Because like
I think we might.
literally the last half an hour, I've made it the top 10. So I think
mine's not a top 10 because it's ones that I remember and that I like.
Okay.
Because
that's that. Well, that's the thing. How have you graded your 10?
So to me, I've done it based on because art is subjective. What you find beautiful, whatever, is going to be different to me.
Yeah.
So for me, I like. Well, you'll see when we get into it, but I like sort of like actual art that it just looks phenomenal. It looks beautiful. But then I also like ones that I've got that are simple. There's just a small little nuance to it, and that's what I like. I like loads of little different things, and there's not one thing that I can say that this is my favorite type of box art. I like what I like, and it's just yeah. And it's so hard to explain because I'm talking to the guys at work, and we said we were going to be talking about box art, and they were like, "Oh, this is great, and I'm saying these fucking shit. Oh, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, that's so good when it's got the mask with the 3 down his face, and I'm just like, that's fucking cat.
I think I don't know any. I don't remember any Call of Duties or nothing. But I think the only one that sort of, if someone said to me Call of Duty, and and you just picture things in your mind's eye, was it Call of Duty Ghosts had quite a cool one where was he lifting a mask up or something from the side?
Call of Duty Ghosts?
It might.
I don't know.
That's the only cover.
I think of the PlayStation 1 one where the guy's
the guy's going for war.
His rifle is
yeah.
That's what comes to my mind.
Yeah, and that's just generic army. Yeah.
And is it Black Ops where he's like that with the guns or something?
Yeah, that's a bit cooler. Like a shadowy figure to it.
Yeah, generic man facing screen with guns. Not art.
No, I mean a lot of mine.
The box covers.
I don't think. Mine's very random.
NHL, all the Madden, all them sports games, not good box
No,
art.
they're generic, aren't they? They're just generic. I will happily own up and say I've got no FIFA, no sports games. Mine.
I've not.
Because naturally you just sort of think, what games do I like? Oh yeah, I like that game. That's got good box art. I like that one. Oh, that's not so good.
See, I've got box art here of games that I hadn't played.
Yeah. No, but that's what
when the games came out. And I remember seeing the box art of those games and thinking, that looks amazing. And it took me 10, 15 years to actually play the game of these game box arts. So it's just, you see names and you see images and I scoured for about 5 hours overall throughout this week, on my lunch break.
Yeah.
Just thinking, and I found a website that apparently has every box art cover saved and catalogued forever. For even in television and all the 70s sort of video games. They've got box arts for all that. And I I was like, do you know what? I'll go through it. I'll go like, or I was expecting it to be like, you choose the console, and then it has all the box arts on the screen, and you can just scroll down. But no, it's like one at a time. Click, load, click, load, click. And like even with broadband today, I couldn't imagine doing that fucking back in '96 when you made a lot. But like with broadband, even like after about 5 minutes, I'm like, fuck me. Do you know what I mean? I just wanted it all in one place.
Want an easy,
all in one go and scroll through. But there's just nothing like that I could find.
Because I'd have happily wandered through a site like that and just like I'd have gone through, I'd have specified Sega Mega Drive, PlayStation 1, because they're what I grew up with, and I know I'd have seen certain ones and gone, oh yeah, that was cool, that was really good. But like I've got a few on there that are probably maybe a bit unexpected, but it's literally it matters not if you like the game. Because it's not what it's about. The games could be absolute dog shit. As you will find out in one of my honourable mentions, is one of the worst games I've ever played. But the box art's pretty cool.
I've got one that is I've never played it, but I've always liked the box art. So
okay. Because like one of my favouriteest games ever is Streets of Rage 2, and that's got box art. Max looks like he's doing a huge dump on the cover of that box, and it was I do like it because it's iconic, but it's not great box art. I just like it for like memes. It's just nostalgic for me, but it's a bum box art.
It is. Yeah.
Although the first one's quite good. Streets of Rage 1 is actually good.
I can't remember that one. Let's have a look. But how are we doing this? Because I've got mine saved on my phone, and I was going to send them to you as we talk about it. As a wee little like.
Oh. Well, I'm assuming I will know.
Screen as well.
Yeah, I'm obviously gonna when I edit this, I'll pop up the covers on the screen. I've made to make it easier for myself for when I reel off mine. I've gone on Google. Is it Google Slides? The PowerPoint version of Google. And I've just done 10 slides, and I've got the covers of starting 10 to 1.
How am I supposed to see them and discuss it with you?
Because just go on your phone and just Google. And you'll know most of them. I think you will know all but maybe 3. I think 3 you won't be able to picture in your head, but.
Well, we'll see.
Would you like me to? My first. Well, let me do honourable mentions.
Okay.
Shall we reel off some honourable mentions?
Yeah, well, I've got 3.
Okay, you let me know, and I will say nothing if you name one of my 10 games.
Okay, I will send you that now.
Anything I'm not. Oh. Okay. Limbo. It's cool.
Limbo.
I do like a minimalist style.
There's nothing to it.
When it's done well.
The name of the game, and it's just there's the 2 versions. There's the boy in the forest.
Yeah.
And then there's the one with the spider leg.
Yeah.
And
I like the boy in the forest one. I like the boy in the forest one.
I like the forest one more as well.
Yeah.
No, definitely. But even if you've seen the one with the spider leg, and you've seen the boy, and you're just like, there's nothing about that game. You cannot gauge anything from it.
Yeah.
But you look at that and you just think, you know what, that's pretty bloody stunning. That is a stunning game. And it's also a fantastic game.
Yeah, it is a really good game. It's one of those, I'd say you've played it once, you don't need to play it again. It's a good experience.
Yeah. The only time another way to play it is if you want to do like a speed run.
Yeah.
But once you figured out all the puzzles to get to the end, you're a one and done.
Yeah, it's a very good game. What else have you got?
Honorable mention numero dos, because I am fluent in Espanol. Black.
Black's a cool one. Yeah, I remember Black. Again, simple.
I've never played this. Never played it.
I've played it once.
Have you? Is it good?
It was mega impressive for the time. We went
it's on Game Pass now, and like,
is it?
I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, I'll give it a wee.
I think it'll be pretty bum now. It'll be dated.
Definitely dated. But just the simple. It's a black background. It's got black the text
Yeah,
and like a gun smashed into like PCs. Or there's the I don't know if it's European version
yeah.
where
The
it's
the
black and it's
bullets
just the
one's not great.
bullets. Yeah, I think the bullets one looks kind of cool. It does, but it's not as good as the actual.
Yeah, I like this. I like the
black.
simpler black
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
gun.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I played it once. It was around that time where the Xbox was just moving to the 360, and we were probably just going into the PS3, so it's still PS2. It was probably
It
one
came
of
out on
the
both,
most.
didn't it?
I don't know. I remember my cousin having it
Yeah.
on his Xbox, and that was the only time I played it.
Sure, it was on the 360.
Um,
It says on the name.
it would make sense because it would have
No, that's
it wouldn't have looked out of place on a 360. It was that good looking for the time, but I think it was kind of it was at that late stage of the Xbox. So,
yeah.
but yeah, black's good. Black's good cover,
That's good.
simple cover.
And then my last honorable mention:
Oh,
Borderlands.
oh, honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Oh,
is that one of yours? Oh.
Honorable mention that.
I think that box art is amazing, and it stood out. And that store, just and the one thing I do love about this is like, it's not a main character, it's not the main bad guy.
It's just the absolute
It's
generic psychos.
It's a grunt.
Yeah.
It is a grunt that's on the cover,
Yeah.
and he's shooting himself in the head.
Yep.
And the whole blood spray of where he would kill himself is, an image of the game.
Yeah.
And
I think
to
we
me-
may have to discuss it more in a bit. Just saying.
okay, that's fine. That's fine. But it's bloody good.
Where's my honorable mentions? I've got way too many to, so I'll just reel them off, and whether I show them or not is another thing altogether.
Do a quick fact flash.
Yeah. Right, hold on. Where is it now? There's my list. Check it twice. Right, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, my honorable mentions.
So then hit me.
I've got Contra 3, the Alien Wars or something. That's a really cool cover.
That one.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's got like a bloke on the front who looks a bit like, I think.
Yeah.
I thought
hanging
that's just a
off
cool.
this thing with the demon in the background.
Yeah, if I was that a young lad back then, and I saw that in like your rent shop, your Blockbuster of the time,
With the
I'd
big
be
giant
buying.
blue skull coming out the train.
I'd be buying that game.
Yeah. That does look cool, actually.
Honorable mention
Number 2.
for the worst Mega Drive
What?
game of all time.
Well, the newest Mega Drive got.
Golden Axe actually has a pretty cool cover.
I was actually that close to popping it in my list as well.
Because again,
It is.
it's an absolute bum game. To some people, it's amazing. But if I saw that cover as a kid, I'd have thought, "Whoa, that must be amazing! That game."
Is that the one you're on?
That's the one.
Because
That's
one
awesome.
Is far better.
Yeah.
I know.
The other one's still really good though. That's how you sell a shit game, though.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's funny because actually going on this, like, one of my choices is basically this. I mean, this is art. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
someone's had to painstakingly.
Which you
draw
don't really
and
get
paint
anymore
this.
with games.
No, because it's so easy doing like through Photoshop and digital thing. Still hard to make covers, but like these is like it's a skill. To draw like this.
Right,
And
I'll reel the others off quick because I've still got 9 to go through, and this isn't even my top 10.
Nice.
So I've also got Half-Life, simple, minimalist, very good. I've got Duke Nukem 3D, Army of Darkness, awesome.
Yeah.
I've got Alien Trilogy, Xenomorph, frightening, awesome, PlayStation 1. Little Big Planet, colourful, cheery. Just a fun little cover. I loved it. I've got Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. Creepy, dark, atmospheric cover. Really good. Shit game. I got Diablo 2. with a cool skeleton man on the front, and it's just
That's Diablo 2.
yeah. I just thought it was a cool cover. It's quite retro now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
That is so good.
then
The PC version though, look at that.
that's cool, and the colors are really cool.
Cool.
Yeah. I got Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I just thought it was smart having all of those characters on the cover. It was just cool.
Well, yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's smart.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then the last two are the two that have been in my. I've been in 10th place a few times, and they've just missed out. They've just narrowly missed out. So we got System Shock 2 is a cool sci-fi darky cover with Showdown on the top, and it's cool having the bad guy on the front.
Oh, the woman's face, yes.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I think this is iconic, and it is easily 11th place for me now. Could still be higher. Dead Space with a severed hand. I was quite close to Dead Space 2 as well, but I think Dead Space 1's is a bit more memorable.
It's just a hand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just thinking, because with Dead Space 2, is you're not doing like two fingers or something.
No, that's Left 4 Dead, Dan. What are you going on about?
Oh, shit, that's Left 4 Dead, yeah. Okay.
No, Dead Space 2 is just Isaac Clarke's mask with a glowy blue 3 lines.
Willy.
It's really cool. And his Willy's down there somewhere if you mess about with contrast.
I mean, that's fucking cool art.
That is cool, yeah. Showdown's awesome.
So fucking... I've never played it.
System Shock 2 is amazing. And annoyingly, they've remade System Shock 1, and it's PC only, and there's no chance I'll get to play it until they do something and bring it out for PlayStation. Because my laptop won't be able to handle that shit, and it looks really good. So those are honourable mentions.
Right, that was a lot. I mean,
Out of the way.
On 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kept seeing more and remembering more, and I thought, oh, does it? But none of them quite break the top 10. And I'm quite happy with mine. I'm quite happy with my top 10.
Yeah, mine's not in any particular order. It's just
I'll do mine in order, but you just how you're feeling right now. However you're feeling right now, go from there.
Okay, right. So
and you'll change your mind within 10 minutes.
Probably. Right. So what I'm gonna choose. It's not specifically one box art cover.
Okay. If you reel it off, I'll just quickly Google it.
Well, I'll send you that because it's all the Atari game covers.
Oh, so like a bit of a cheat.
It's
but then, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I'm not gonna lie. You playing a game on an Atari is dots, squares, pixels. Do you know what I mean? There's not a lot in that game. Do you know what I mean?
No, actually, you probably got more out of the box art of the game.
That's why I put this in, and like the one that came to me, the slot races, and I can only find this one image, one decent image.
Yeah.
And I never played the game, but I always remember seeing it because you know me, total nerd, love my sci-fi, love my robots.
It's a cool sci-fi cover,
love Tron, all that sort of, and that to me is a futuristic car with no wheels hovering on a track.
Yeah, man, and that is a loopy track as well.
Yeah,
and there's an explosion in the back underneath that
and
gentleman's
there's a guy
right
in
hand.
the background. There's it's not really a menacing guy, but there's a guy in the background.
I don't know. When you got your eyes covered by a hood, that's menacing.
Yeah, to me as a kid, like that's bloody good. Do you know what I mean? But but even the next one that
I was going to say, yeah, that's not quite as impressive though.
No, but I mean, you have to give credit where it's due. That these like hand drawn box art cover images are fucking phenomenal.
It gives you a bit of a basic idea of what you're about to go into, and then that's what you've got in your mind as you're playing this Atari game.
Yeah, because you don't get anything from Atari games. So like when you were buying a game, this is what you had. You had this box art cover. This is what gave you the attention to this game, so you would buy it.
Yeah.
And they're all, I would say, majority, 95% of these beautiful hand-drawn thingy box arts are beautiful, and I would consider them art.
I'm a big fan of when consoles or companies or whatever stick to a format, stick to a template of where everything's the same. Sony have been okay with it whenever they do, from PlayStation 1 upwards. you always got. I think you always got it with PS1 and PS2. Is on the side of each one where it was the name of the game. It was always the exact same font, exact same, and I love that in your library.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
It had a collection. It was
Yeah.
easy to see.
And then from PS3 onwards, they sort of allowed, the company, whatever isn't, whatever's a third-party game would have their own logo of the game, and it would just sort of ruin the look a bit. But Sony would still, your God of War, Last of Us, Motorstorm would always be just that simple generic font, and I love that about just. I love the sameness, which is definitely a correct term. Man loves sameness.
That's the uniformity.
That's the one. That's what I got you here for.
I ate my dictionary for breakfast this morning.
You have it with your tea then. Right, my number 10. No Googles needed. Sonic 2.
Oh.
Sonic 2 is class. It is a cool.
I'm still gonna Google the
because it's worth doing because it's amazing, and you have to have the Mega Drive version, not the Genesis version. Mega Drive is the definitive version. Big Robotnik at the back, squashing the number 2. Sonic and Tails stood there.
Yeah.
The orange and yellow checkered design on the sides and on the 2. It's just that is my childhood. Sonic 2 is one of the inferior Sonic games, in my opinion, on the Mega Drive. Very sorry, not sorry. But it has the best cover. Easily. And I love I say all Sonic Mega Drive game covers look good. Every one of them are. The art of those are awesome. Even Sonic Spinball, Sonic and Knuckles, the simplicity of Sonic and Knuckles almost got into the top 10. But that's why, Sonic and Knuckles and none of the others are in my honorable mentions because I've kind of included them in this as
you kind of thinking them all together.
Sonic Mega Drive games, box arts are all really good, and this is the standout one, Sonic 2.
Yeah. No, it is, and I didn't realize that actually the movie.
They did a copy, didn't they?
Copies of it. That's pretty cool.
But that's how good this cover is because they had to copy it.
No, I know. It is. It is a good bloody box art cover.
Yeah, it's colourful. It stands out.
The fact that Robotnik has no eyes as well. Jesus.
Yeah, menacing.
Menacing. It is absolutely menacing.
And that is Dr. Robotnik, not Eggman.
He'll always be
bloody Eggman.
Yeah.
Won't be telling my boy that's called Eggman. He's Dr. Robotnik, baby.
Gonna get the baby robes, Eggman.
No, thank you.
Right. No, thank you.
Number 9-ish for you.
Okay. Simple.
Oh.
Simple. Quake.
Ooh, yes.
Quake
is cool. Quake is just the logo, that rusty-looking background.
Yeah. With that sort of nail through the sort of like moon.
Yeah, the crescent
sort of
moon thing. Yeah.
Crescent, yeah. And I always remember when at the time where it was like there was people complaining like, "Oh, that Quake game, it's all very satanic," and do you know what I mean? And there was a load of buzz around that game when it came out, and I used to always remember going to the game shop and like just picking the box and like looking at it and being like, "Oh,"
yeah.
And then looking on the back and seeing like the screenshots or the text rear or whatever, and I just it's always stuck out for me for just being so simple, but like it's so memorable. It's such a memorable one.
And that's the magic of a minimalist sort of just simple box art. If it works, if you hit the nail on the head, it works and it looks amazing.
Yeah. And I remember just looking at the thing, looking at the symbol, and you can see like there's chips of metal, literally chips of like have been knocked out of it, and like you say, it's all rusting, and it's just I just like look at that, I just think, oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Because it was not. I mean, at that point, most game box covers, video games are aimed towards kids. This is kind of like you Doom and you Duke Nukem, that are like more adult orientated, so your box art reflected that kind of style.
Yeah.
And just as a kid seeing that, it was just like I had no idea what it was, but I know that I wanted to play it,
Yeah.
even though I couldn't. I wanted to play it.
And then they ruined it with Quake 2. Quake 2's
Yeah.
cover is tosh. Because they add a character in the background. Huge chin. He looks stupid.
Yeah.
They should have just kept it simple. I like the way they've put the 2 nails in Quake 2.
That's what they should have
That's
done.
what you do, and
Yeah.
they should have just kept it like that.
Because you've got your guy with the PlayStation, you've got your big guy's head. I mean, there was. I think that's the PC version. Right? It's just,
Yeah. They probably
it's just
learned.
black. Yeah, if they brought that out first, it would have been thinking, not that fucking robo dickhead head.
Yeah. But that was the one I remember from when I got it for the Nintendo 64 back in the day.
Oh.
Yeah. Right, my number 9. I think you may have this in your top 10, but keep it quiet if you do. Or I think you might have this one. I think it's really cool. Again, it goes with the series, but this is the best one. Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yeah.
Vice City is the superior cover art. It is amazing. I love the pink the Vice City logo, the writing of Vice. I love the way that looks. It just suits the game. All of the pictures just scream 80s. It's great, and I love the way they do that sort of comic booky.
Yeah.
You know, the little pictures,
the comic panels,
the comic panels. Yeah, it just since the third. I think the third one was okay. Grand Theft Auto 3's was okay, but we didn't get that. We got a white cover with.
We got a white cover.
It was all right.
With the guy and there was cars.
Yeah, there was like a lot of things sort of being coming from the middle, like a perspective thing. It was cool. I think,
it was good. Yeah.
I think the Yanks got the equivalent of this for 3, and it was all right.
Yeah.
This is the superior one.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much
100%.
San Andreas is my favorite one, but this is the best cover.
It is.
But then they've done it with all of them.
Game. I mean, we'll get into that some point. But
still, it is an amazing game. It is amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah. And that box art cover it's phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you bloody the guy at the top with the pink suit and the glasses, and you've got your side titty of your woman, and you've got Lance at the front in his white suit with his gun, looking like fucking
exploding cars, speedboats, Lamborghini-looking thing.
Yeah, it hits
and the police chopper firing at someone. But that's Vice City. That is Grand Theft Auto Vice City in that picture.
Yeah, so that's definitely in my.
I thought it might be. We found our first one.
I'm not gonna lie. Out of my list, this is probably near the top as well.
No, but that's fair enough. It is that. Not necessarily the Vice City one, but just that Grand Theft Auto cover is iconic.
Yeah.
There's a reason they do it each time.
That's what I was literally just gonna say. It's like they hit that nail, and it's like, and they knew.
Yeah, and it was because of this one. It was because of Vice City's cover.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah, and they're like, do you know what? We've got this right on this box art, and we'll do it for everyone. So everyone from that point, and it's really good.
Also, played by City.
As soon as like you've used one of mine, you may as well go again.
Okay.
Get a twofer.
I'll go for my number 8. I think this may also be on your list. It could be, maybe. No, I'm not going to say the series of this one. I'm going to say this is the only one I would pick from this series. Halo 2.
Ooh, it's not on my list.
Ooh.
Oh my god, it isn't in my
Halo
list.
2 is to me, it's an iconic cover, and I've actually gone for the anniversary version because I think it looks better. I think it looks crisper, and I love the There's an orange tinge to Halo 2, and it looks a bit too CGI-y, the original one.
CGI-y.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The anniversary version looks more realistic, and I love the
color. This was also thingied in the bloody. When did it come out? Halo 2? God, 2000 and.
Jesus, 2004, I'd say.
Something like that. I can't remember.
Halo 1 was 2001, so I'd say
2004
is in my head.
Yeah. So at that time, when this came out, yes, it looked amazing, and I do get your anniversary one does look far more better, but this does look stunning. And the fact that he's dual wielding the submachine
Which
guns.
is like the iconic thing of the game, isn't it? It's,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
you
to
can
dual wield,
wield.
and they
Yeah.
are the funnerest, probably dual wielding weapons in the game. So you can just go ham. with them,
My
can't you?
only one gripe is Master Chief's got a massive fucking foot.
It's 'cause
right at the very front
he's the
of
Master
it.
Chief, man. Of course, he's got a huge foot.
Fucking huge.
It's for stomping the Covenant, isn't it? Come on. But I love that yellow tinted background. I love that color, and it just with his silvery sort of, for some reason, silvery armor on the cover as opposed to his green. But you know, who cares? It's a cool cover.
The green doesn't stand out as much against the yellowy, whereas the black grey one definitely.
But I just that to me is art. That is a smart cover.
That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Yeah.
That's my number 8, the most inferior Halo.
Okay, this one's left field.
Oh,
This is the game that I'd seen the box art cover, and
okay, yeah, this came up a lot.
Ico.
Yeah, Ico.
You know what?
It's okay.
I can't explain what it is about the cover. It's just there's nothing in it. There's literally two people walking across the desert, and there's just buildings.
I think that's what the game is, though. I've not played Ico.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, I've played, I'm sure it's Ico. It came out on the PS3. It's Ico and another
Shadow
game.
of the Colossus came as well, didn't it?
Shadow of the Colossus, and I think there was something else as well.
Okay.
Like a spiritual successor to Ico or something like that. And I didn't have a PlayStation 2. And the reason I got a PlayStation 2 was for the Transformers game. And I never bought any other games. I think I bought Final Fantasy X on cheap. Only 2 games I've got for PlayStation.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's painful.
I know. Well, sure. I had my own flat. I didn't have the money. I didn't have that income. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, so I got the Transformers. That's the only reason about it. And I actually stole. I was working at Morrison's at the time, and they had the game display.
Yeah.
And I actually stole the game display of the Transformers game just to get home with me one day.
As you do.
Yeah, I know. So I've stuck all the video games in it when I was at home. But yeah, so I've always saw this console cover when I was in the shops, and I was like, that looks cool. And the game looked cool. Like the screenshots look cool of the game. It looked beautiful. And it's always stuck in my head, and I always wanted to go back and play it. And when it came out on the PS3 as a thing, I was like, take my money. Take my money. You know what I mean? Because I knew I wanted to play it, and I've wanted to play it ever since I'd seen it, but I never had the chance. And yeah, I just think that's beautiful.
It's all right. It's just
plain.
Yeah, it's you know, we've already established. I think we're both quite happy with plain. I think there's just something I'm not getting with this one. No, I'm not too keen on the yellowy color.
It's in the desert, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like the title of the game.
It's the title of the game. I never understood, but I mean, I always remember the box art. I always remember that image. If you had that bloody Ico taken out and the PlayStation stuff taken out, you could actually have that on your wall. Just a wee little piece of art.
Yeah, just a little piece of art. Yeah, I get that.
Lovely piece of art. Yeah,
I get that. It'd look all right in my toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Sitting there next to your spinner roll. Wait there. Do you go mullet or fringe?
Fringe.
Fringe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just asking. I
always
don't even
fringe,
have one because Miles' snapped. I was off.
Fair dinkum.
Yep.
Right. So that was. Yeah. So we both did Vice City, didn't we? We both did Vice City.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is my turn. Number 7. You may need the Googs. For Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, one of the coolest covers
I don't need that.
But the American one.
Okay.
We got an okay one. The British one is okay, the European one. But
the European one
is where he's just stood facing you.
That's the European one.
That's the American one.
Well, is that the American
That's
one?
the American one. That's the baby.
That's the one I remember most.
That is so... Yeah, but that's the iconic sort of Soul Reaver picture. And then if you look at the PAL one, it's like just a screenshot from the game. It's not great. But it's very similar to Halo 2. He's perching on a rock, looking heroic. But like,
I know it is. Yeah.
I love the color of it, the darkness.
I love the font.
the
Actually, I love
graphic,
the
the
logo.
font is awesome. The logo's
The logo's
amazing.
really good.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I think it's just cool.
Your PAL one.
Yeah, that's the PAL one. It's all right. It's okay. It just
Sweet.
yeah. Hello with his like with his lack of fingers. No, there's
But no, the American version is.
It's the action hero-y sort of shot, isn't it? Master Chief's got his in Halo 2. Raziel's got his here. He just looks like the main boy. He looks like the Don.
He does have proper like 90s sort of like boy bandish.
Oh yeah, he's like an emo, isn't he? He's got that emo look to him. But that is still to this day one of the best character designs in any game ever.
I know. I've always wanted to play it.
He is such a cool-looking character, and like just everything about the game.
Dynamics.
Yeah, Crystal Dynamics, Eidos of the time, doing the Tomb Raiders as well, and the first Legacy of Kain, which is all right. But like everything about it, the cutscenes are good, the voice acting's really good, the game's good. I love it, and it's got the cool box art at the same time as well.
That's actually quite stunning box art. Right. Okay.
Oh.
I'm going for a double header here.
Oh.
Okay. So, I always remembered an advert, Resident Evil 2. And it was blank screen and it had like a slash across it.
Yeah.
And you could see the eyes.
Yeah.
So, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The American one.
Yeah. And then, obviously, we got... I think that's the one we got.
That's the one we got, baby. One. Oh yeah.
Holy shit! That's
that is how you do simplicity.
Oh god, yes.
That is horrifying. That is frightening.
It's the pupils in the back of the skull though, because they're not meant to be there, and you've just got that little ellipsis.
Yeah.
Of a pupil. And
I'd love to know how that photograph originated and what they did to.
It's so good, wasn't it, to actually find out?
Because that is. To me, that's my childhood. That staring at that cover, looking at the back of the box, because I wasn't brave enough to play the game.
The American one's bloody.
The American one's okay.
Like, the squinted fingers and the sort of like coming around like a corner.
I think my issue with the American one is the Resident Evil logo, the font. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It ruins it, and I think that our one, even though I think it was everyone. I think it was. What's the original Resident Evil for America? Because the original Resident Evil 1's box art is bum. It is horrible. Chris looks like he's doing a huge fart. But it's got that logo, that Resident Evil logo, which is amazing. Simple red, stands out. I think it works even better on this one because it's just that black background.
It's black,
bright red.
That face.
The face. It's just it is horrifying. It is horrifying.
But as a side note, also
the remake,
Resident Evil remake on the GameCube.
Yeah, I like it. I don't like the fact that it's kind of like a screenshot taken from the game. Kind of like my issue with Soul Reaver, with the PAL Soul Reaver. It looks like a screenshot from the game. That's like something I would make. But it's still horrifying.
What we were making college like.
Yeah. But I still like it.
To me,
it's that Resident Evil logo again. It's another shit one. I hate it.
That's the only draw. That's to me. It's like we spoke about it in the Resident Evil episode. That's the bit with the first zombie, and I see that, and that's what always that emotion, that fear, always like comes back when I see that. I'm like, always reminds me of that bit, and I'm like, that's what box art is. It's supposed to instill some sort of emotion or something from you, and I see that, and that always takes me back.
Yeah.
to that point when I first saw that zombie.
Yeah, that zombie.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we discussed that at length in our Resident Evil episode. But if we ever did the top 10 best gaming moments ever, that's my number one. That zombie moment is just
easy.
something else.
But I had to throw that in there. But Resident Evil 2, the one we got, the PAL one, absolutely fucking boosh.
Yeah, it's class, isn't it? Again, it's simplicity. Yeah. It's just so simple. There's nothing. Yeah. They might have gone to some effort to make that man look like that zombie man, but black background, white character, big red font, no messing.
Horrible looking disfigured face. Alexa, stop.
But that's easily one of the best covers ever made. I think a lot of PS1 covers are some of the best.
Alexa, stop. You stupid woman.
Wait, what's this now? 10, 9, 8, 7. Number 6.
Yeah,
you may need the Googs for this. It's recently been announced that it's being remade. Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. Oh, such a cool cover. But similar to Resident Evil's then, it's your white background, and then you've got Naked Snake on the front. And they had an artist that did the Metal Gear covers. I think
that's Substance.
Yeah, no, Snake not Substance. Eater. Snake Eater, the original white box. Wow. No, that's the American one. That's all right. The Americans got that one. We got the best one. If I just Google quickly now, Metal Gear. Box artist.
I actually think. Oh no, it might be the second one. What's number 2 called?
Sons of Liberty. It's okay.
I might have that on the PC. I think I got that for £5 on the PC.
Did you?
And never opened it. Still got it in my box of games. I'm thinking, but that's the one. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's so cool.
It's iconic.
But
actually,
again, that I get massive nostalgia-ness from seeing that because I spent so much of my childhood playing Snake Eater. I'd still kind of say as a series up until fairly recently.
Is that the one that we played together?
What, Snake? No, Peace Walker we played together.
Oh, Peace Walker.
Yeah, Peace Walker. Yeah. That's got an okay cover. They'd gone beyond this thing from 2, 3, and 4 had a similar look. I was close to saying 4. 4 has a really cool one. It's like the opposite of 3. It's a black background and Snake's white, and he's got his cool little robotic eye patch.
I like it.
But I love this because this one's just it's fancy eye patch. You know, it's Armani or whatever. Armani. back in the 60s. But it is the game. It is, the green for the forest because it's set in the forest of Russia.
The forest. Look at you with the symbolism.
No, but it is, isn't it? It is. 2's is okay. Metal Gear 2's is okay. But
that's blue, isn't it? It's like white background.
It's orange. It's got a bit of white and then orange behind Snake and Snake's grey. It's pretty cool, but I just don't think it's as memorable as Metal Gear Solid 3. But I'll put that up as well for context.
The PC thing. Oh no, that's the one.
Whether it's different in America,
that's the one I've got.
Oh, Substance. Yeah, that's okay.
I'm guessing not the same game.
It's the same. Substance added VR missions and skateboarding.
Oh, okay. So did you have like 3 Substance?
Yeah, three had Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. Added online play on the PlayStation 2 on NetPlay, whatever they called it.
Okay.
God knows how that was, but it was one of the first instances of online play.
Yeah.
But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3, easily one of my favorites. It's amazing.
Okay. Right.
Hit me.
Hit you with the next one.
Hit me.
Pokemon Red.
Ooh, I'd seen Pokemon Blue in someone's best of.
So,
and I would have also, I'd have agreed with you.
So to me, I think Red Charizard Red is better. But when you look at blue, I do think that blue might actually be more iconic, just for the sole fact that Blastoise, and it's such a simple thing. Charizard is looking to the side.
Yeah.
Blastoise is looking forward at you. And I think that's just that one little difference between the two is what I think. I think my preference is red, but I do think blue is the more iconic.
Okay.
Because of that one simple thing. I
had blue. Not through choice or anything. It was probably just the one my mum got me at the time. But had I have had the choice of the two covers in front of me, I would have picked red. Yeah. But red's my favorite color. I prefer Charizard over Blastoise.
That's why I've got red, because red's my favorite.
Yeah, I think it is. That's why I've got it, but it's down to preference, isn't it?
It is.
But again, it's so simple. It's just a simple red background, and the Pokemon, the Charizard Pokemon, nice and big, fills the box. Right. Pokemon on the top, happy days. You know what you're getting. That's the magic of box art.
Yeah.
Because back then, like with these older, I think you tend to find that older games have better box art just in general, but they had to sell the product. They didn't have YouTube and internet bloggers or whatever to sell the game. Reviewers. Or anything like that. Yeah. So they had to sell by having a standout box like Golden Axe and whatever else we mentioned, Streets of Rage. They had to have cool box arts for you to go, I want that game. That looks really cool. Yeah. What's the game? What's the Super Nintendo game that's got like the hillbilly on the cover and it's like a space shooter? Is that on your list?
No, it's not on my list, but I know which one you're on about.
But it makes no sense. It makes no sense. But I'll find it and I'll bring it up. But that's the bonkers stuff you got to do.
Is it something like Billy Bayou? Or something? Oh no, that's the NES one, Billy Bayou.
I think it's
Crocodile Dundee sort of thing.
I think it's just the most space shootery shooter in the world. Even the name is like a space shooter name. But it's just got some old geezer with a banjo in his hands or something, hasn't it? It makes no sense. But it's got space in the background behind him.
That's the tell you game.
Yeah. Look beyond the hillbilly, and that's the game you're playing.
Right.
What am I up to?
You and me now?
That was you saying Pokemons.
Me, that's it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Oh, so we're halfway. 5 has been mentioned. It's Borderlands. I love the Borderlands cover. It's so good. It's Borderlands. It's a good game. I know you prefer 1 over 2, don't you?
Yeah, story.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I bummed Borderlands 2.
We did. We did.
Whoa, I love 2. 2's box art is quite good. It's a play on the first one where he shoots himself twice.
Yes.
And it comes. But this is the first one, and to me, it's again kind of like Pokemon. It's more or less exactly like Pokemon. Red background, big character. Big logo on the top, but it's just the fact that he's doing his fake shooting of the head. And then the blood splatter is, a scene from the game or whatever. It's a backdrop of the game that you're about to play. So simple. And then they did I think I got the Game of the Year edition. And it's I think he's a bit further to the left so they make more space with his splatter. And they've got more pictures. Because I think the DLC that they added, they had little snippets of each DLC or something.
That's pretty cool.
Again, it's the same. It's the same thing. But it's different. I think that's why it's so popular. It was pretty much on every best box arts of all time list. It's on there all the time.
On there, yeah. But like you say, that's why they've got used it for number 2. And they've used the same.
But then they didn't do it properly for the third one. The third one's crap.
No, the third one was the whole Jesus thing, wasn't it?
The third one's crap. The game's okay. Yeah. The game was a bit of a letdown, but they just couldn't capture the magic of 2 for me.
It's fair. Right. Hit you with the next one.
Hit me.
When you put the tweet out, I'll just shut this door instead. See, when you put this tweet out, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Ooh, yeah.
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 And I was like, that son of a bitch. That son of a bitch.
Well, I just thought I didn't want to like spoil our choices or anything like that, but I just picked Sonic and Mario because we're always Sonic and Mario.
But I think this is potentially the most iconic box art. Bright yellow. It's bright yellow. And Mario slapped right on the front, as big as you can get
Yeah.
it.
It's you
And
can't fail,
they
can you?
knew-
You can't fail.
No, you couldn't. And that's just it. Big logo, big giant free. They knew exactly what they were doing with this. Showing off his new Tanuki power up
Yep.
with his raccoon tail. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. That's all they needed to do. They did an excellent job. And I don't think there can be any more of an iconic game box art than that. And it's not even in the. And I'm leaving my favorite three to last.
Yeah.
But that's what I would say is one of
The most iconic. Yeah, that's fair. That's what people need to understand as well. Just because you say it's the to you it's the most iconic doesn't necessarily make it your favorite.
No,
but
that's it.
Yeah, I get that. I didn't really notice it much growing up, but I wasn't around Nintendo and stuff, so it's only like fairly recently I've seen this as box art, because obviously the time had gone by the time, so you weren't seeing it in the shops or anything like that. But like, I love this. Again, I love the simplicity of it.
Yeah,
it's just so simple.
Just the memories of going in the shop and just seeing a wall of yellow game boxes just all on the wall.
And that stands out, doesn't it? It stands out.
Yeah.
It won't be the last time we see yellow. Just let me tell you that much. Won't be the last time we see yellow. Ooh. I did actually consider Pokemon, but it's not on my list. But I would have just gone for red. Even though I do like yellow. Pokemon Yellow is a cool cover with Pikachu. Like he's doing a big dump. Right, my number 4. We're going old school again. I think this is just really... This is art.
Yeah.
Castlevania. Original NES. Castlevania.
Well, that's one of my top 3. So thank you for that.
How cool is it though? It's so cool.
I'm gonna throw. So not the European version.
Ooh.
It is the Japanese version.
Japanese. Yeah, that's cool.
That's
better. Yeah.
The European version is just that, but with a grey border.
Yeah, they cut out a lot
of the picture.
They cut out a lot of the art.
Yeah.
It's still cool.
This is fucking phenomenal artwork. It is absolutely stunningly beautiful. Yeah. No, I yeah.
That is the game, isn't it? That's what Castlevania is. You're the big hulking dude with a whip walking towards Dracula's castle, and he's there waiting for you.
You're gonna kill that son bitch.
Yeah, that is how you do a video game box art.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's actually, I think it's been like copied off of another painting or something. I'd seen a painting somewhere of like a chap stood exactly like that, and he's either holding a sword or a spear, and he's going towards something else. So I think that what they've done is they've seen that and they've gone, imitated it. But like, can you blame them? That is cool.
I'm sitting here just looking at it thinking, Jesus Christ, that's gorgeous.
It's just so cool. I think if I was to give any sort of criticism, I think Dracula looks a little bit gimpy. He looks a bit... But he's still... That's Dracula, isn't it? You know, you look at that guy, that's Dracula. He's got his big fangs. He's got the hairline thing. He's got his glowing eyes. That's Dracula.
That's Dracula.
But again, your Japanese one, he's a bit less prominent in it. Like, he looks like he's enlarged a bit in the European one. But he's a bit further in the background of the Japanese one. I quite like that.
Yeah. No,
Still imposing his balls.
Yes. Yeah. Right, I mean, seeing as you've taken another one of mine, like, on you go.
Okay, well, here's one you took from me. Resident Evil 2.
It's just done Resident Evil 2.
I know, I didn't want to say anything. It's my number 3. It's so good. It's amazing. It's one of the only video game box arts that I have purposefully bought a canvas of.
Ooh.
A few years ago, I bought a canvas of the Resident Evil 2 box art and I had it up in my room. Because that's so cool.
I know it
The
is.
black background, big red writing, scary man in the back. That's
Okay.
one of the best. That is, to me, at the minute, the third best box art.
So wait there. So how many have we agreed on? Castlevania.
Resident Evil, Castlevania. You had Borderlands in your mentions.
Yeah.
Vice City. You don't have
Vice
Halo
City.
2, do you?
No, I didn't.
I'm surprised you don't have Halo 2 because that's iconic, man. One. So we've agreed on 3 in the list.
That's fine then. That's fine.
That's
Right.
pretty good going. So we've got
I'll
2 left
I'll
each.
find the next one.
Oh, fire it, bro.
You ready for this?
Is it going to be cooler than that Castlevania?
I think so.
Ooh. Oh, you bastard.
Is that your number one?
That's my number 1! How phenomenal is that Doom art, though?
I literally, when I was looking at these, and I showed this to Steph, and I turned around to Steph, and I was like, if it didn't have that little Doom on the side bit,
Yeah, but that's just the
I
side.
don't mind the big one thingy, but that the little
Yeah, but
spine
that's
thing,
just it's the spine of the art,
it's
isn't
the
it?
spine bit.
Yeah.
If you didn't have that Doom on that, I would actually have that as a picture in my man cave.
I do.
I know you would do. I know you would do.
I also got canvas of this.
Oh, it's so.
That is the most phenomenal piece of gaming art ever.
Yeah.
Only top.
Yeah.
The only thing that comes close to it is the original 1993 Doom for me, and that's this. This is my number 1, and it is this, and it's only because we can only count this because this is what the Nintendo Switch version of the game got. The PS4 version got a generic Doom guy
This was the reversible cover.
Yeah. So you got the Doom guy or the Revenant on the front, I think.
Yeah.
Which they were okay, but this sucker is the coolest piece of art ever. And it's just the red colour. It's just that's Doom, isn't it? It's the Doom guy fending off like 30 demons.
The hordes of hell.
And just that Doom logo, the gritty, rusted looking battered Doom logo, it just suits it.
There's literally so much in like every single piece of this sort of thing cover.
Yeah.
It's like I'm looking at it through here now.
He's stood on a pile of skulls that he's probably already obliterated. It's just.
And it's like you've got cacodemons, and like you've got one cacodemon quite big, but then you've got one that's a bit smaller in the background that you can see.
Couple of revenants. You've got the Baron of Hell, just on the biggest hulking guy on the left, the Baron of Hell. And then
you've got your little flaming skull guys just coming inside.
The Lost Souls are around. You've got the imps are all over. It's just the coolest, man. I can't believe you've ruined my number 1 moment, man.
I am sorry.
But it's good. I'm glad we see, because this didn't come up on people's best box arts of all time. This is the most phenomenal thing ever.
So good.
And this is probably why I will say Doom 2016 is my favourite video game. This is a part of the reason. It is the total package.
Yeah.
1993 honourable mention.
I will have a look at it in a minute.
Yeah, so
right,
cool.
well, seeing as I've ruined your number 1.
My number 2 to end the video.
Well, no, I've still got one more left.
Have you got one more? Okay.
I've got one more.
I think you're one.
You can have the grand finale, but.
Oh no! I'll take this one. I'll take this one. I think yours is good. I think yours is going to be more iconic because this one's personal to me.
Oof. Okay.
And again, it kind of goes. The series gets a bit of a certain games in the series get some love as well. But one of my favorite pieces of video game art is the box art for Dark Souls 3. That is a beautiful cover. The Red Knight burning away, covered in ash and embers. With that yellow background again. That is just, and he's holding some ash in his hand and it's fading away. It's just cool.
Not to know where you can be.
That is just smart. That is a smart cover. And that's There's nothing else that needs to be said. To me, that is beautiful.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Only bettered by Doom.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel bad for I don't think mine's gonna withstand that as good as that.
Oh.
For,
Hey, there ain't nothing better than Doom.
Japanese Super Metroid.
Oh yeah, that's cool though.
Fuck, it is cool. Isn't it?
That is pretty smart.
So good. So I'll send you the European one. So it's the only SNES, only game that I've got on my SNES that I actually kept the box full. Binned all the other ones.
Yeah,
because I love.
Yeah, they're so good.
Love that box art.
Yeah, they're so good.
But it is not a patch on the Japanese version.
No, I think the only thing that ruins that one is Ridley looks a bit silly. His face looks a bit silly.
It's the exact same face on the Japanese one. But I think it's the
he looks
color
more.
of Ridley.
Yeah, the color. He looks more menacing
Color
in
of
the
Ridley
Japanese
that really
one.
makes it think, yeah. But the Japanese one is like a dark brooding purple.
Yeah.
Same face. It's a different pose, but it's the same
But
face.
it's the fact that you've got more enemies on it as well makes it look more.
That's it, because in the PAL one you can see Creed's like feet and belly.
Yeah.
But you don't know.
But you don't really.
Is.
Yeah,
just
you
see,
don't
like,
really see the rest
this.
of it, do you?
Okay. Whereas in the Japanese one you get the full Creed, you get Ridley, you've got enemies on the left hand side, and you're inside the planet, and just I just think that's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, that is like a. That's how you do the hand drawn box art, isn't it? Because God, I do love the hand drawn box arts and stuff.
And I would have that as well.
Oh yeah, that's a smart. Yeah, that'd be smart in the man cave. Also a phenomenal game.
Well, we spoke about that in length as well.
Yep.
There you go. So that is.
Mate, I think we done good.
We've had some good choices, mate.
I've gone pitch black now, and my battery's almost dead. But we done good. I'm so glad that we pretty much agree on Doom as well, because I thought I was going to pull that out the bag as like because it's only because of the Switch game that we got that cover.
Yeah,
that was always art for Doom 2016, and like that was always my wallpaper on my computer and everything. And I bought the canvas, and then like when they released it for Switch, that's what they used. And then I can't figure out why didn't they use that for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox. That is the coolest piece of art ever made.
It's gorgeous, and all the ones we've said that they're all good in their own subjective ways, and people are going to be sitting there going like, "Why we chose that over there?" And it doesn't matter.
No,
if you love a box art cover, if you love an image, you love it.
Yeah,
there's no right or wrong thingy of having to like something or not liking something. It's all subjective. Yeah, it's
just our opinions. It's your opinions.
That's it. And if there's anyone that eventually finds this and wants to throw us box art covers that they love,
let us know. And we'll tell you why you're wrong.
Well, it's not that. Like, I forgot more box arts than I remember. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So if someone throws me a box art that reminds me of something from when I was a kid, I'm all for it. Do you know what I mean? It's so, yeah.
And I guarantee you, when we go offline now, something will crop up. We'll go on our Twitters or something, and a game will come up in our feed and be like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, I mean, right, I'm gonna have to go because I am pitch black, bro, and my battery's nearly dead. Thanks, people. Thanks for watching. Let us know your box art, your favorite box arts, and why we're wrong. And
that's perfect.
If you can find some light for me, that'd be sound.
Yeah, and we'll also see you all next time when we decide, in the meantime, what we're going to discuss.
We will discuss that amongst each other, and we will figure it out next time.
And we'll let you know.
Cheers, bro.
Right. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.